Hello, hello, everyone. Hello. It's really me. I'm alive. Hello, Moon. Welcome. Potato Shoe. Hello. I feel, Toot just said before stream, it feels like it's been years since I last streamed, and I feel the same because I didn't stream at all last week, and then I didn't stream Monday, and I didn't stream the Friday before. It's been like 2 weeks. Oh, Moon, thank you so much for the resub. Moon coming in with the resub for 15 months. Good goodness. Thank you so much for the resub and for your continued support. Just gonna switch over here so you can see what I'm doing. Moon is definitely one of the pillars of this community. Definitely was the one who inspired me to start streaming in the first place. And Mac resubscribing for the 2nd month. Thank you so much, Mac. Mac, who got a shout out in my last Cozy Cast. And of course, Moon gets shouted out all of the time. Moon is also a streamer here on Twitch, if you want to check her out. She does cozy gaming. Well, she does FPS and horror games, but makes them cozy and welcoming and inviting. So, yes. And you'll find Mac hanging out in Moon's streams quite a bit. He's a good friend of us. But thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'm back. It's been a minute. Oh, my music was too low. Okay. Let me know if you can hear that now. I mean, I'll use friend because it's a little bit complicated. But yes, hello everyone. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back streaming. Mac and Toot are gonna go for tacos later. But yeah, so yeah, last week I was ill. I don't even know what time is anymore, but I had a chest thing going on where it was just hard to talk for a long time. So it would have been a lot of like long silences and me just panting into the mic, which nobody wants to hear. So I gave my chest a little bit of a break. And yeah, but now we're back again. And if you guys didn't know, I might have done a thing. I might have done a little thing. So I announced this just about everywhere I could possibly announce this. And I'm really glad that I got all of the work done for it before I got very sick, because I managed to keep to my timeline. But I designed a mystery Sal. A mystery Sal is a stitch along, SAL. But this one, you don't know what it's going to look like. So I've been posting a few little like teasers and hints, but you don't know what it's going to look like. The first clue drops September 26th. So you'll be able to finish the entire piece, about 4,000 stitches, in time for Halloween. So not only did I design the Sal, I'm also working with the amazing Heather from Stitchwit, who is doing up kits for the Sal. And there's going to be another announcement involving Stitchwit later this week. Fingers crossed. We've been working on it. So stay tuned for that, because that's another very exciting announcement. But yeah, so Tiny Witch is currently available on the Coffee and the Etsy shop. You can either purchase the full kit, or you can just get the pattern. If you just get the pattern, what I do is I'll email you out the pre-stitch instructions now, and which gives you all of the materials that you'll need for the sal, so you can get them together before the first clue drops. And then on the 26th, I will email you the first part of the pattern. Toot saying, I know what it looks like. Yes, Toot. Okay, so Toot and Moon are two of the only 3 people in the world who know what it looks like right now. The third person being Heather. So I was keeping this so under wraps. Like, before I did the announcement, it was literally just those 3 people who knew I was doing it. And I'm so excited. So yeah, signups are going to be open. You don't have to sign up before the 26th. You'll still be able to get the pattern. So after the sal is over, I will release the entire pattern for purchase through the Etsy and the coffee as usual. Moon says, so mindful, so demure, so secrecy. Yes, very mindful, very demure, very cutesy. I don't know if anybody else just can't get that out of their head, but I definitely can't. Gwenergy, hello, welcome in. Gwenergy, the current reigning ruler of sals in the community. So I'm glad that they'll be joining us on this one. Toot says, hello, new friend. Jennifer, hey, welcome in. Thanks for joining us over on YouTube. We're just talking about the Tiny Witch Mystery Sal, which is, like I said, available on Coffee and Etsy. So let me do... I never do my own commands. There we go. Alright. There is the coffee link. Coffee just generally tends to be better. I use Etsy because it's more discoverable, but in terms of who gets the most value, coffee's the way to go. Either way, same product, same kits, all that good stuff. Gwen says, today in Sal News, I was building a femur. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. So if you guys do have any questions about the Tiny Witch Sal, I'll be happy to answer them. That's just going to stay up in the corner for the rest of the stream. Just letting you know. I'm really excited about it. Pecan Pie, welcome back. And Toot says human centipeding is hard. Yes, it is rather difficult. I know Toot's not going to explain that, but basically what they're doing is they're sewing a bunch of stuffies together to create a solid body pillow to help support them. But she insists on calling it human centipeding them. You do have a question about coffee. Does it give government names during the purchase? I don't believe so, because you can do it. So, let me just double check on that. Please hold. I'm just trying to remember what I see as a on my end. Okay, so I only see what information you put in. I only see whatever information you put in. I didn't have to put my government information in order to sell. It is connected to your PayPal, which does require your government name. But people supporting you on Coffee won't see your PayPal information. So that's how it is set up. That makes sense? PayPal has your government name, your Govy, but it doesn't show to anybody. unless they send you money directly, which there are ways to set up payments through PayPal where they don't see your information. You can set up as a business or a charity or something like that. Reason for asking, your sibling is a minor, would like to start selling art, and I worry about doxing and safety. Absolutely. That's definitely something to worry about. Our community is very much about protecting minors on the internet. I would say that coffee is a relatively safe place to start selling art because you do have control over how much you put out there of yourself. Etsy also good, but Etsy just has higher fees and a wider reach, I find. But there's a lot of weird stuff on Etsy. Like, I'm on Etsy because it gets me traffic. Otherwise, I would not be. But yes, good luck. And yeah, definitely take safety considerations into account. But yeah, coffee should be fairly safe as long as you're being smart about it, basically. Unlike we all were in the early 2000s when Facebook was first a thing. And we didn't realize that future employers would be looking at what we put on our Facebooks. We were so young then. And actually, the first round of kits was just shipped out today. I did send the people who ordered them their confirmation email so they know they're on their way. That's so exciting. You're hoping they'll let you help when it comes to selling. They are very internet savvy. Absolutely. It's always a good idea to have someone to double check. I've got Toot with me who kind of is a second pair of eyes if I've forgotten anything. So that's always really helpful. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, and I hope that they do well in their new art venture. So, Melanie, welcome over on YouTube. Great to see you and the pets. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Yes, we've got Pow up on the critter cam today. We are going to be doing a treat eat for her in about 45 minutes. Let me just hop on over, see what she's doing. Oh, she's looking grumpers. Hey. We have the ability to zoom now. Look at that little angry face. She's doing a big old glare. So yeah, streaming on a Wednesday is a little bit odd. I had to keep like reminding myself all day that I'm streaming today. Because usually what I do is I stream Monday and Friday and put up a new video on Wednesday, but I wasn't able to do a new video because I couldn't talk. So, and I wanted to give myself that extra day to recover. So yeah, stream it on a Wednesday. And thank you for the hydrate, Toot. Everybody else, please hydrate with me. Very cold water is so good. Like I got the water with the ice and it doesn't taste like anything. But yeah, I know it's been 84 years since I last streamed, but very little's been going on with us. Other than me being ill and starting up the Sal. Like that I was barely active online for like a solid week and a half because I was just in full-on Sal prep mode. And then I emerged and I was like, I don't know what to work on now. Toot just hydrating with a mango green tea with sweet heat and then a blackberry fizzy. So Toot discovered that Pirani, I think is the brand. They do like the syrups for coffee and stuff like that. They have a sweet heat syrup, which it's like sweet and spicy. And it is very good in fruity drinks. So Toot's been experimenting, like what she can make spicy. Not super spicy, just a little spicy. But I emerged from the Sal prep and I was like, I don't know what I want to work on now. I've got things, I guess. So I've been kind of doing a rotation, but I'm really just going on vibes. And I finally picked up this piece, Deadly Aquarium again. I am 1 clue behind. I'm going to be 2 clues behind on Friday because there's no way I'm getting 2 clues. I don't think I'm going to get this clue finished in time for Friday to still be 1. I'm behind. But that's okay. It's not a race. You don't have to finish it on schedule. Hey, Deonce, welcome. Good to see you again. So I'm working on the Don't Touch pool, which is part of the Deadly Aquarium. It's down here. So this is like a pool, and there's a sea star, there's a blue-ringed octopus up here, and then there's gonna be some various spiny, spiky critters crawling out of the pool that you do not want to step on. This is the Do Not Touch pool. Yeah, it says feel like forever to me. Passed out hard after your stream. I see. I'm glad that you got some sleep though. So Deonce's mentioning Toot stream this morning, some Phasmo body doubling chill streaming. So I talked to Deonce this morning. Gwenergy says, my latest flask order is going to arrive on Friday, but the needle minder you added in Best Buy is on back order. No. But that just means that you have 2 packages to anticipate. That's 2 is better than 1, right? I forgot. Oh goodness, I don't know if I even know how to do this. I'm so spoiled by having Toot around. Aha. Aha, success. So yeah, if you haven't already, go take a look at Toot's channel. She is 9 followers away from making affiliate. 9 followers. So go drop Toot a follow. She streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the mornings, Eastern time. And it's just, there's no talking, there's no chatting. It's just chill, watching her play Phasmo. Oh, 5 followers now. It was 9 when I checked. Nice. So yeah, 5 followers from affiliate. And Moon says, loves Toot streams, so cozy during work. Yeah, they are. Like, I get so much like design work and back end work. Mac would follow again if they could. You're welcome. Aw, Pecan Pie made it 4. Thank you so much. But yeah, if you like co-working, body doubling, parallel play type streams, Toots are great for that. And I'm usually hanging out in chat, so if you're watching and you're like, what is going on? I'm always happy to explain. Yeah, we've been watching a co-working streamer, Comf. They rated us once. And that's been like really nice and chill. So I've enjoyed that in the mornings. Hi, baby. There's room for you over on the other side of the keyboard. You want to go lay down? You want to smack the mic a little? Okay. All right, we're just standing and glaring? Okay. Early do a bonk to everything. She's very aggressive. Mac wants to give Tortoise a boop. Tortoise would accept your boop or bite your finger off. One of the two. No, she really likes head scritchies and shell scritchies. She's not so fond of foot scritchies. Just checking where I am in my pattern here. Oh, sorry, Earls. Did I stop petting you for too long? Alright, good. A boop for Mac. There we go. Settling down. Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah. So Early, she has some anxiety issues. So at night, to give her a little bit of like security and peace and everything like that, she has a little like cat condo set up in one of our bathrooms. And we food, water, wet food, dry food, everything. She gets nice little, we call it special princess time. And she stays in there overnight. And she has started asking to put her to bed or putting herself to bed. Because if she's ready to just no longer deal with people, she'll go over to the bathroom and just sit in front of the door until I let her in. There was one day she came out at 3 p.m. and then was back sitting in front of the door at 6. Like I'm done with people. Mac will give me 10 years worth of supply for cross stitching if they can have Early. Deal? Deal. No. No deal. No deal. Not for my Earls. I mean, that is true. We stitch a lot. And she is a lot. Energy says that's the whole mood. Yeah. Yeah. Early putting herself to bed when she's done with being around her siblings is definitely a mood. You'll fund the next 20 years of cross-stitching. Oh man, we could get into like fancy floss and hand-dyed fabric and stuff. But still no. Yes, we do love her and stuff. Was Pow taken off? Pow, like, bye. Where'd you go, Pow? Alright. Well, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So a little bit. I love having the camera that I can play with. It's very fun. Okay, we'll leave Mac Pow in our will. That's the thing when you get a tortoise, especially a baby tortoise, you kind of have to like think about that because they're so long lived. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Early is my work buddy. I joke that she's my boss. She's my supervisor. And then I slept in this morning, like 3 hours later than I usually sleep. So I didn't get started as early as I usually do. I didn't start my like working on stream stuff and design stuff as early as I usually do. And we kept joking that like, oh man, my boss is gonna be pissed, I'm late to work. You didn't mind at all though. You just minded that I took your chair. All right. So guys, we've been going for about half an hour now. Oh, Mac, I'm disabled. I don't actually work, but I set aside some time in the mornings to work on the Etsy store, work on designing, work on stream stuff. So I call that going to work. I used to be a healthcare worker, and I'm hoping to get back into that field when I do get back to work. But what I was going to say is we've been going for about half an hour, which means that it is time for us to take a little stretch break. So I am going to put up our break screen. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes, and I'm going to run some 3-minute ads. So if you're not subscribed, enjoy the ads. If you are subscribed, enjoy the lo-fi. Stand up, stretch, grab something to drink, grab something to eat. Go pet your animals, whatever you need to do. So I'll see you back here in 3 minutes. All right, everyone, welcome back. Hope you had a good break. Hope you unshrimped. Grab something to drink. We just catch up on chat here. Mac would like a watermelon helmet. Well, if you would like your very own watermelon helmet, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel for 1.5 years. The lovely and incredibly talented Mickey Moth created these the emotes. I'm actually going to bring it back up while I'm talking about it. Mickey has done several of our emotes as well as Orchid Sunshine, but this one in particular is one of our sub badges. So this is the 1.5 year sub badge. Basically, the longer you're subscribed, the more fruit Skeledile eats. That's the gimmick. Toot has also put up the prediction. So what we do whenever Pow is on CritterCam, well, most of the time when Pow's on CritterCam, we're in about 25 minutes, we're going to do a treat eat. So Pow is going to get a little treat of fruit, and it's up to you guys to predict whether she's going to go for grapes first or watermelon first. Grapes or watermelon, that's tonight's contenders. She will eat both of them, but you guys have to guess which one she's going to eat first. So Tortoise's senses are about the same as humans, so she doesn't have particularly high sense of smell or sight or anything like that. Cut the grapes in half so they're not going to roll away on her. So I really don't know who's going to win. Who's going to win it? But it says, oh heck. Was that for the treat eat? And if you're watching and you're not able to do the channel points thing, either on Twitch or YouTube, just let us know in the chat and Toot will make sure that your vote is heard. So the contenders are watermelon or grapes. It is a tough call for the treats tonight. This is definitely a tough one. And Pow's going to be completely dramatic about it, I'm sure. But I hope you guys also got something to eat during the break. I made a homemade flatbread pizza for dinner, which was amazing. I'm moving my frame just a little bit so you guys can continue to see early. This is how we hang out most of the time. I'll make space between my keyboard and the back of my desk for her to lay here, and she'll just kind of tuck her chin on the keyboard. Every now and then she'll press F1 or F2. But those really just bring up help menus, so... Tonight, Early is helping me stitch on the Deadly Aquarium Exhibit 10, which is the Do Not Touch pool. And I'd love to know what you guys are working on. If you ever want more information on the project I'm working on, there will be information. There's a little box right here. You can use that command in chat on Twitch. To get more information, or just ask me in the chat. Toot is working on sewing up their stuffies into a solid body pillow. Let me just translate human centipede. Ooh, Kali, you're hand sewing a wing membrane onto a dragon. That sounds cool. Gwen's got a femur going on. And Potato Shoe is taking a little break from knitting. You got a lot done on Linger? Oh, good. Linger goes so fast. Like, I was working on it earlier today. I think I've got, like, 20 rows before I do the hem on the back. It's a bulky cardigan in Fisherman's Rib, and it flies off the needles. But yeah, if you are feeling sore, it's always good to take a break, no matter what craft you're doing. Take a break, do some stretches. I know it's hard sometimes for us to take a break, but... Kelly, is that... Remind me, are you... Someone in the server was doing a dragon costume that was inflatable. I'm trying to remember if that was you or someone else. Or if I made this up in a dream. Aha, I was right. So it's the inflatable like costume that you're redoing the skin on to be one of the dragons from Dragon Riders of Pern. No, that's not the reference. How to Train Your Dragon. Dragon Riders of Pern is just a reference that is so 90s. Yourself, yeah, you had to... I remember I saw your designs for it. They look so intricate. Very cool. Gwen says Dragon Riders of Pern was a stretch. Yeah, Potato Shoe. I loved those books. I read the heck out of them. And she had another series. It was a series of books by Anne McCaffrey. And she had another series of books about... Oh, what was her name? The Unicorn Girl. And it was like set in space and stuff. And I read the heck out of those. The Rowan. Yes, I also read those ones. Yeah, as Gwen said, Kali, that's so cool. I can't wait to see how that all comes. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin on a project like that. I just think it's awesome. If you do want to see what the community is working on, kind of the best way to stay in touch with everyone is through our Discord server. We post our progress pics, we chat about stuff. If you have a question about anything related to pretty much any craft, there will be someone in the server who can help you out. Earlier today, Hex and Hisses posted a really good breakdown of what you're looking for in a washing a swatch, which, like, I hadn't even thought of that as a question that would need to be answered, but they gave such like a thorough, detailed answer. It was really cool. So yeah, Toot's put up the link to the Discord there. And yeah, like I always say, it's my favorite place on the internet to hang out. My lungs aren't hurting anymore, but I haven't talked this much in a while, so my mouth is drying out. Isn't she adorable? Like, look at that little girl. Thank you for the hydrate, dude. And thank you, Gwen. I'm glad too. I think it's something that I'm gonna have to deal with on and off. Because it wasn't... I didn't have like a problem in my lungs per se. It was a side effect of a viral infection, so like a flu or a cold. So it's one of those things that like it could happen again, and it just depends on, you know, random energy and what phase the moon is in. The beating of the wings of a butterfly on the other side of the world, like it could just happen. So but now I know a little bit more about the best way to handle it. Alright, more hydration, because Toot have love for me to hydrate when I see that emote. Gwen says that's how I feel about my own fever dream of August. Yeah, you were kind of out of it for a few days there. I don't know, this August, like, and then maybe a month ago, the entire community was sick at the same time. I don't even know. It's been a weird August. That's even what the doctor was saying at the hospital. It's just been a weird August. But you know what? We're here. I am honestly so happy that I'm able to get back to streaming. I have really missed you guys. The international symbol for I can't find my scissors. Oh god. Yeah, Toot, you're right. Tomorrow is our anniversary. We've got other stuff going on. Sorry, early. Were you on top of my scissors? You weren't even on top of my scissors. I disturbed you for no reason. Oh, these Caesars are dull as anything. Anyways, but yes, tomorrow is our wedding anniversary. We have a friend who didn't realize that Toot and I were actually married. Like, we had a wedding and we're legally married and all of that stuff. They thought it was more of like a Boston marriage type situation. But no, Toot and I are actually married. We'll have been married 15 years as of tomorrow. Which is a large number of years. But like, I honestly can't believe it's been 15 years. That seems like a number that old people would reach, you know what I mean? And we're not yet old people. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. Yeah, so to celebrate, we're going to be taking Bella to the vet and probably getting cheesesteaks for dinner. Thank you, Pecan Pie, and thank you, Cheryl. Toot with the two old goblins growing old together. It's gonna be us. So yeah. We got married back when I was a girl, so before I realized I was non-binary and trans. Toot also was a girl at the time. We both had wedding dresses. It was very pretty. We got married at an art gallery near here, outside, and then the reception was in one of their lounges, which had like a big open patio that overlooked like a wooded ravine. It was very pretty. But the day before the wedding, a hurricane touched down. Not a hurricane, a tornado touched down, like 2 kilometers from the art gallery. And like, we never get hurricanes. They're getting more common, but they were very rare at that time. And then, so like, that was, I think, 2 days before the wedding. So the day before the wedding, I had to call and be like, so are you guys still open? Like, is there still a venue? Everything was fine. They had no damage. The ground was just very wet. Poor Toot was wearing heels and sunk in every step. According to the wedding coordinator, we were the chillest couple that they had ever dealt with. We rolled up the morning of the wedding. We had just gone to Tim's. So we had our coffee, and we kind of showed up before everybody else, and we were just like, hey, what's up? Like, honestly, if we hadn't been doing the whole immigration process, because Toot wanted to immigrate to Canada, because at the time it wouldn't have been legal for us to get married in the States. So we had to get married in Canada. So part of the immigration process is proving that you have a legitimate relationship. And one of the things that they look for is that, did you have an actual wedding with like friends and family there? And was it more than just signing paperwork? But, which for us it was, obviously. We are still very much in love. But we would have been much happier with just signing the paperwork. So most of the wedding was kind of put on for show. It was fun, it was nice, but we wouldn't have had a big wedding, if we hadn't been doing the whole immigration process. Toot was in another country. Yeah, I did most of the wedding planning, and I at least did a lot of like the footwork. Like, I actually went to the places and I bought the stuff for the things, and Toot would send me links like, we should get this. I'd be like, okay. Potato Shoe and their spouse did the paperwork signing thing. Highly recommend. Yeah, that would have been a lot more chill. A lot more our speed. But unfortunately, as with most things in life, we had to mask. Exactly what it was. We were performing traditional marriage. But it was fun. We had a piper instead of a band, and yeah. So yeah, but we don't usually do a big celebration for our anniversary anyways. So tomorrow we've got the vet appointment, and then we're probably just gonna hang out for the rest of the day. And we've both got special cross stitch projects that we want to start tomorrow. That's gonna be our little like thing. Yes, Toot is right. We've since donated our dresses to a friend with a costume company and ditched the rings for tattoos. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, that's my wedding ring. It's a thimble. Toot has an acorn. We got them for our 5th wedding anniversary, so 10 years ago. Good God. But yeah, just cute little ones. So yeah, I have a thimble, and Toot has an acorn. The Peter Pan reference. We did also ditch our gender. We ditched our gender. We ditched our societal expectations. We donated our wedding dresses to a drag queen friend who has a costume company, to be specific. thank you, Moon. Moon says, love that you guys really grew together. Yeah, we were wildly different people when we met and when we got married, but I think we have grown together. We have a very strong marriage. And yeah. Gwen says, I love every part of this story. It's a bit of a weird story, but it's a good one. And Toot, can I tell the part of the story about the reason that you moved up here? Oh, yeah. Toot just asked about the proposal. So, let's travel back in time with me to the year 2007. I was a girl. Toot was a girl. Toot was a straight girl. Toot was a straight girl in a long-term relationship. We became very good friends online because Toot was in Kentucky and I was in Nova Scotia. And it was one of those online friendships that, you know, it starts off as just exchanging a few words over a common interest, and then you kind of get to the point where you're messaging them every single day. So we were friends like that for, oh god, no, we met 2006, and then it was 2008 when we first met in person. Toot flew up here to visit me for a couple of weeks. So they arrived on July 1st. And on July 4th, I asked them to marry me. While crying and drunk. So they didn't actually think I was serious. We were both very drunk. This is also back when we drank alcohol, because we're both in college, so that's what you do when you're in your early 20s and in college. So I was completely drunk, and I basically, like, sobbing was like, marry me, never leave me, marry me, I need you, blah, blah, blah. And she said yes because she was also drunk, and figured I didn't mean it because drunk. So we wake up the next morning and I'm like, okay, let's go ring shopping. And she was like, oh, you meant it. And then she didn't actually say this to me at the time. I found this out later. But she was kind of like, this isn't going to, in her head, she was going like, this isn't going to work out. Like, it's just going to fall apart. We're doing a long distance relationship. Like, there's nothing, this isn't going to work. It's not going to actually turn out to anything. And then, so I got her a little ring and she went home, and I was very just stubborn about it and didn't let the idea die. And Toot was like, I got nothing better going on. And that is the story of how Toot decided to marry me. She had nothing better going on. Which she loved me as well, but the odds were not in our favor. And she was also up for a job in a town nearby where she was at the time. And if they had gotten the job at a library, they probably would have stayed in Kentucky and not married me. So I'm really glad that they didn't get the job. But yeah, that, and like, they told me this years after we got married, and I think it is the funniest thing. I love this story. That they didn't think I was serious, and then they just kind of went along with it, expecting it to fall apart. Toot was perfect for that job. All that Toot was missing was the library science degree. Who knows? Maybe I would have moved to Kentucky. Yes, Toot has always been a chaos goblin. Just sometimes a less obvious chaos goblin. Toot's imported, which means they're fancy. I've made more than a couple mail order bride jokes. Not in a while, though. I did a lot in the beginning. Anyways, so I proposed 2008 in the summer. We got married August 22nd, 2009. And, yeah. The rest, as they say, is history. The HDHD really took the wheel at the beginning of our relationship. It really did. We were undiagnosed, unmedicated, unbothered, in our lane, thriving. Very demure, very mindful. It's tree eat time. Let's go. All right. So let me just pull up Pow here. Pow's being a grumpus. So you can kind of see the way that she's got like her front legs tucked up under her chin and her back legs splayed out. That's just how she chills. Well, I think she senses something is going on. So there we have grapes on the right and watermelon on the left. I did cut the grapes in half so they would be easier for her to eat. Because if I leave them whole, they just kind of roll around. Oh, she's on it. All right, Pow, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It's pretty split in the... And it's watermelon. All right, that was a decisive victory for watermelon. She did not hesitate. She didn't even look at the grapes. Gwen says she goes. Yeah, she was booking it. I gave her half part of a watermelon yesterday. No, day before yesterday. I think Toot posted a picture of her surfing on her watermelon in the server. Pow is a red-footed tortoise, which was red-footed tortoises, as well as they have a similar species that are yellow-footed tortoises, and major difference is that one has red feet and one has yellow feet. That's it. They're from South America, so her native habitat is like thick jungles, and her species will eat. They're scavengers. They'll eat anything that falls to the forest floor. And because of the area that they're from, that means that almost a third of their diet is made up of fruit, which is unusual for tortoises. So that's kind of like the hallmark of their species, is that they actually need a lot of fruit in their diet, unlike other species of tortoises where fruit is a sometimes treat. So I make sure she has, usually it's apples and tomatoes on the daily basis, and then when I stream, she'll get different fruits, and then just throughout the week, as we are eating fruit, we'll give her some. Gwen says they're baking on watermelon after seeing her surfboard. Yeah, that was so funny. And like, that's what we'll do. I was cutting up the watermelon for Toot, and I didn't, instead of like scooping out the watermelon from the end bit, I just gave that entire thing. Wow. If I make eggs for breakfast, I'll make an extra egg. She really likes egg. Like, I'll take a boiled egg and just smash it flat on her eating rocker in a bowl, and she eats the entire thing with the shell. Really don't know where my little cat paw scissors went. I think Gigi might have knocked them to the ground. Well, I'll find them later. It's fine. Everything's fine. Emergency snippy scissors. Whoop. I turned my microphone around. Emergency snippy scissors to the rescue. Oh no, these are also dull. Oh heck. I think I need more tiny scissors. I don't need more tiny scissors. I need to find the tiny scissors I have and put them where I can use them. Gwen got some new vegan pepper jack the other day. Trying to work up the nerve, put it on a sandwich. New food can be scary. I agree there. Like, sometimes it takes a lot to like get you up to it. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood for new food. Like, I can't do it. But yeah, no, we definitely understand. On the other hand, vegan pepper jack sounds delicious. Well, the pepper jack part does. Vegan cheese has come a long way since what it used to be. Follow your heart. I've never heard about that one. I mean, my knowledge of vegetarian and vegan alternatives comes from the early 2000s, so I'm sure there have been dramatic strides in food technology since then. Who says there's a reason that they exist on Cheez-Its and Spite. Oh no, the mic picks that up quite loudly. Me popping my little container. Good to know. Open all my containers before stream starts. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Toot. Everybody make sure you are also hydrating. Especially you guys lurking over there on YouTube. Don't think I don't see you. I'm actually doing not too bad on this clue. I don't think I'm going to be super behind for when the next So the clues drop every Friday. I don't think I'm gonna be super behind. I don't know if I'm gonna have this finished because I'm taking tomorrow off to work on anniversary project. She really just has no hex to give about those grapes. She'll go after them in a minute. I don't know about you guys, but like I know people get into a crafting like not rut, but when you're just not in a crafting mood at all and nothing's really striking your fancy and you're trying to figure out how to keep crafting when you don't really want to work on anything. Like you don't want to work on any of your whips, but you don't really want to start something new either. I'm kind of going through that, but not really. Like I'm going through that on a very micro scale. Because it'll be like, oh, I really want to work on this thing, and then I'll work on it for like 45 minutes, and I'm like, no, I never want to touch cross stitch again. Like it's been very up and down for the last like week or so. Toot reminding us all of the wisdom of socks. I think the motto of this community has become take easy, also important. Socks is gonna be so mad when you have your surgery. Right? You won't be able to sleep on left side. You'll have to sleep only on right side. When you slept on right side? But no run, no fun. Maybe. Sorry to hear you had nightmares last night, though. That's never fun. See, now Pow's going after the grapes. After glaring into the camera for not having more melon. But yeah, I know take easy important, and you can't force that. And if you're not feeling up to doing something, especially when it comes to hobbies, there's no reason to force yourself to. This is our hobby. It should be enjoyable. But I think that's also the same why we want to try and force it, because we know that it brings us joy. So we want to do it. You ever have dreams where you get into a really nice, cozy relationship with someone you barely know in real life, then you have to go to work and walk past them several times a day? I can't say that that's ever happened to me. Apparently Toot has had it happen. The weird thing about Toots and I's, when Toot and I have dreams about like being in a relationship with someone or like flirting with someone, like someone who isn't the other person, we're always still married. Like it'll always be in a context where like we're in a relationship with this other person, but I'm also married to Toot in the dream. Don't even interact with him. Your psyche's just attached his image to this idea of a cozy relationship. I don't know. Maybe this is like a meet cute in a sliding doors type rom-com. He was her dream guy. I found my scissors. They were hanging out by my drink. Thank you for the hydrate too. Look, I don't make up the rules of rom-com meet cutes in the dream realm. Like I don't make them up. I'm just here as the messenger. I did have a really vivid dream once. And probably we were just watching too much of his content. But I was having a really vivid dream once that I was getting like berated and verbally abused by someone, and I was on the point of tears, and I was just like, it was really an awful situation. And then I am Wildcat, otherwise known as Tyler. He's a YouTuber. Comes, just like pulls up on this little like go-kart that he made himself, like skids into frame, is like, no, you're not dealing with that. And then I jump on the go-kart and we ride away. It was like, okay. Like, if you know the TikTok meme, well, there's your problem. Ain't got no gas in it. That's Wildcat. The ain't got no gas in it guy, that's Wildcat. And he's got the mullet to match the voice. Well, not anymore. He shaved it off because he got married and wanted to look good for his wedding pictures. But like, he came and saved me in my dream. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why, but it was so vivid and so specific. All right, pal, you're all done your grapes? Except that one. Are you looking for more grapes? Okay, have your grape. Ow. Ow. Yeah. She's so cute, smacking her lips. See, she also seems to like sour stuff, which is why I thought she might go for the grapes. Let me switch back over here. Ah, red grapes are sweeter than green grapes. Maybe that was the difference. Got my little supervisory buddy. Yep, Pal's done with us now. No more grapes, she's out. That's fine. I'll just sit here and stitch with my early girly. I wanted to work up this way because I wanted to get the sign done. But also there's a little octopus that goes right here. A blue ringed octopus. And I would like to stitch him. Although he's got a ton of backstitch in him. There is quite a bit of backstitch in this pattern. There was one section that was like all backstitch and it was like 3 color finishes on femur today. Nice. Color finishes are so satisfying. Especially on big projects. I was working on Celtic Witch. And for the part that's in the Q-snap, which I'm going to finish the whole part that's in the frame before moving on, I'm finished all of one color, so that was cool. Since there's only 5 colors. So yeah, it's mostly like the palest color that is in the section I'm working on. So I'm going to finish the other 3 colors now that are left before I get to that color. I think that made sense. So I'm gonna get everything finished except the 3033 on Celtic Witch, and then I'm going to admire her for a while, and then I'm going to move the frame. And I will be releasing a version of the Celtic Witch pattern in the store at some point. Hopefully soon. Thank you, Toot, for putting up the links to the store. You can check out the link tree. It's got the links to both the Ko-fi and the Etsy. New pattern released today, by the way. It's called Very Demure. So if you wish to keep it very demure, very mindful, very cutesy, I have the perfect cross stitch pattern for you. And there's going to be a couple more coming in the next couple of days. I'm just putting together the files for them. Thank you, Moon. Moon adores. That was a fun little design. I used pinks and blues and like a pale shell gray because if you don't know the meme, the Very Demure, very mindful, was from a trans creator on TikTok. So I used the trans colors. My to-do list for the shop seems to be never ending. I got quite a bit of it done today, but there's always more. Yes, yeah, Toot says it went so viral that she was able to pay for the rest of her transition, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm really glad that Very Demure, Very Mindful was able to change someone's life, which is very cool. And while you're on the Ko-fi and the Etsy, if you guys wanted to sign up, there's the Tiny Witch Mystery Sal. First clue drops September 26th. Kit's available. Just saying. Yes, Moon, we do love that for her. It's so awesome. I mean, if Hakatua Girl can get a career out of a viral TikTok, then Very Demure should be able to get the transition out of her TikTok. Not Toot with the skibbity riz. Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. But yeah, what I was saying earlier about my crafting mojo coming and going like on an hourly basis. I was having the worst startitis, and then I really wanted to work on whips, and then I didn't want to work on anything, and then I would be having really bad startitis again. Especially since when Owl Forest was having their sale a short while ago, I finally picked up the chart for Dinosaur Forest, which I have wanted to make since I first saw it on a TikTok, actually. I hunted down the pattern because it's totally my vibe. And now I have the pattern, I have the Ada, I have all the colors. There's nothing stopping me from starting it except my own desire to not have more than 3 whips. But my willpower, she is shaky. I don't know. I really want to get Celtic Witch done. I really want to get more shop samples done. And I cannot get all of those things done if I am immediately squirreled by a new project, which is my way of telling myself not to start the new project. But after I finish Celtic Witch, I will probably be very squirreled by everything I see. I am also not so great at having shutting down. I'm also not so great at posting progress pictures every day. Deontay says, I insist on having no more whips than I have frames, and then you buy more frames. Yeah, that's the thing. I only have 2 8-inch frames and an 11-inch frame, and I don't want to buy more because then I will have more whips. But it's been about an hour since our last break. So it is time for another little 3-minute break. So get up, stretch, grab a drink, grab a different project, start something new if you'd like on our 3-minute break. But I'm gonna throw up the break screen, put up the break screen, and I will see you guys back here in about 3 minutes. All right, bye. And we're back. Hello, Quarter-Shish Crisis. You joined at the most opportune moment. And thank you, Toot, for redeeming that hydrate while I was on break. I did, in fact, hydrate on cue. Quarter-Shish Crisis over on YouTube. Were you aware that I launched a mystery Sal? I'm being so obnoxious, I know, but I'm really proud of it, and I really want it to do well. Check it out now on Coffee and Etsy. It's available. Thank you, Quarter-Shish. We are feeling much better. I'm feeling much recovered. All right. The back magnet of my needle minder just fell off, so I guess I tried to push it. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of fabric there that I pushed it into. All right, then. So we'll have to look for that in a minute. But yes, I'm resisting the urge to buy a third 8-inch Q-snap because this is my preferred size. This is the 8-inch. This is what I like to use. So right now I've got Deadly Aquarium in one. Celtic Witch is in the other. So if you haven't seen Celtic Witch lately, here she is. She's looking beautiful. So I filled in the rest of the face. I was trying to do a diagonal thing, and then that wasn't really working with this pattern. So I filled in the rest of the face. I finished all of the 801, which is, I don't know how well you can see that. It's the kind of darkest brown there. And now I'm working on the second darkest brown, and then I'll work my way down to the kind of beige-ish color. So yeah. And it's so funny. So this was designed originally by Gizm of Raven Coven. And I shared my version of it with her, and she like just fell in love with it, which is why I'm working with her now to create a version of it for my own shop. But her latest Patreon pattern is designed with intentionally blank space so that you can use an Ada like this to like bring it to life. And I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, so I've got the two 8-inches, which are holding Deadly Aquarium and Celtic Witch. And then I've got my big 11-inch boy, which is currently holding Those Who Wait, which I probably won't do much stitching on this on stream just because of how large it is. I have to like kind of shift my positioning a little bit. And it's just not the best because I'd be leaning forward, you'd be seeing the back of my head. But I have my 11-inch boy. And then I do have a 6-inch frame, but it's too tiny to really work on anything that's larger than a couple of inches. So it is all set up for my project tomorrow, but it's itty bitty. So yeah. It's so tiny. Quarter-Shish says they're so excited for my Sal. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. I know I keep talking about it, but it's because I'm really proud of what I put together, and I really love the design, so I'm hoping I want it to be like the last week of October already so that people can see what it is. But at the same time, no, because that would mean that spooky season's almost over. So yeah, I have 4 Q-snaps, and one of them is really too small to use for anything other than the smallest of small projects. So I'm trying to like be that the box is the space that you have thing. But let me tell you how much I want to start that dinosaur forest. She says spooky season is never over. Yes, that is very true. Spooky season lives on in our hearts all year round. All right, bye, Earls. Yes, Gwen. Gwen says, well. Oh, how did the brave sandwich go? Oh, no. Oh, no. Patricia says, I like to combine the 8-inch and 11-inch Q snaps. I would, but the 11-inch is an actual Q snap branded Q snap, and the 8 inches and the 6-inch I have are like the Amazon brand ones, so they aren't compatible. I could make 2 8x6s, but I can't make 2 8x11s. When had expired mayo? How? Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Because yeah, if I could have an 8-inch and then 2 8x11 inches, I think that would be a lot more comfortable than the 2 8 inches and 1 11-inch. But just because I didn't realize that you could mix and match them if they all came from the same brand, mine unfortunately aren't from the same brand. Yeah. Poor Gwen. When she is dealing with some tummy troubles. It's good that you caught it before you actually ate the mayo, though. Binks is here, by the way. I don't know if you can see her. She is a void. This is her void. Okay, bye, Binks. Toot has redeemed a hydrate as well as a cat summons. All right. We shall prepare for the cat summons. Alright, first we hydrate. Wondering... making some room for the cat summons here. Let's see how many cats we can summons. Here we go, Binks. Come on, Binks. I'm working on it, baby. I'm working on it. Here you go. Treats for Binks. Alright, let's see if we can get the other ones over here. Binks, Bella. Bella. Gigi boy. Ori. Pico. Bella went over to Toot to get her treats. Alright, Binks, are you smart enough to do this? No, probably not. Binks, look at the treat. Binks. Yeah, you're a cutie baboot. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, it's not in that hand. Binks, look at the camera. There you go. Alright. Here's Bella coming in. Bella! You have to come over here and be on camera. That's the only way you get your treats. You have to work for it. Come on. Okay. Things won't let you be fully on camera. I don't know why I'm not getting any of the others. I would have expected at least Gigi to be here. Oh, Gigi's big mad. Come on, Bells. Bella. Okay, here. More treats for both of you. It's right there, baby. Here you go. Bella. Yeah, that's a good girl. Here, Bells. You can have one more. Maybe two more. I am a big sucker. Okay. Alright. Bells, I have no more. See? Empty hands. No treats. You like those treats though, huh? You like them. Curtis just says Binks knows how to cheat the system. Oh, Binks was just the first one here. I'm actually glad that she started eating treats and wet food though, because I've never seen a cat who was afraid of wet food before. Ooh! Camera down. Okay, I think we're stable now. Sorry about that, guys. I don't even think that was the cat's fault. I think things just went cattywampus. What was I saying? Yes, Binks used to be terrified of wet food. I've never met a cat before who was afraid of wet food. But, like, she wouldn't eat it and she would run away from it. You also caught her at the tree today digging out food for Pico. Yeah. She is smart enough to be able to and you know those churro pops, the ones that are the creamies? It's like the little tube of really soft food. She would sniff it and run away. She was scared of it. It was so funny. But she's definitely coming around on the wet food front. She will even try and steal wet food from one of her siblings. And we have, because they were eating their food too fast and then throwing up, which is a common thing with cats. So we have one of those like tree puzzles that you put the food in the top and then they have to like dig it out of the various layers in order to eat it. So they eat slower. So we have one of those. And Binks actually is really good at getting the food out. So, but the other cats know this, so Binks will dig out the food and then back off and let the other cats eat it. There's nothing in my hand, baby. Ooh, Gwen went for peanut butter and honey on the sandwich. That's good. Yeah, that is one of Toot's favorite combinations too, is the PB and honey. Pecan pie offered their cat a churro, and she was highly offended. Yeah, like I don't know what it was that she did not like it. And like she just would not eat wet food. Loves her kibble. Toot might be hitting up the Uncrustables for a bed snack. That sounds good. I'll grab you an Uncrustable after stream. I have... Hi, Bells. I have to do just these... No, Bells off the keyboard. Thank you. I have to do just this little tiny section of stitches, and my thread was too short. Now I have to start a whole new thread. Pecan Pie, I'd love to read your message, but Bella's currently covering it with her butt. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Your kitty prefers kibble for sure, but after running with diabetes and now kidney stuff for wet food only. She's extremely fussy with wet food. Yeah, so we've got 5. Bella needs baby wet food for the extra calories. Pico gets wet food for the extra calories and because she's a good girl. Gigi gets extra wet food because he needs the extra liquid. Binks gets wet food because we mix in her Fortiflora, which is like a gut... what's the name of the thing? Bioactive... No. Enzyme? Anyways, Fortiflora. She gets that, and then Early gets wet food because she also needs the calories and also because she is a good girl. However, they all have different tastes in wet food. Also, Pico and Early get meds. Probiotics, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, every morning I prepare 3 dishes of wet food and 1 round of medication, and in the evenings I prepare 5 dishes of wet food, 1 dish of kibble, and 2 rounds of medication. Because I am a big sucker. Energy only has 4 stitches left in this color, and you might have to start a new thread. No, it's the worst. But yeah, technically it should only be 2 servings of wet food in the morning, but I am a giant sucker and give Gigi wet food because he is a good boy. Not that he needs the extra calories, he is a chunk man. Exactly. The cats are my children and our family, and we take care of our family. When I got sick, my parents took over picking up food for the animals. And my first, list of instructions for them, I probably sounded like an insane person. Because I was like, okay, Early's allergic to this and this. Gigi will eat this, but not this. Pico will eat this, but not this. So you have to get this, but not if it's this. Like, it's a very specific balance of preferences and dietary needs. I think How is the easiest to feed because she eats fresh fruit and veg, which we can get with our grocery order, and we eat ourselves, so we can share food with her. She's definitely the easiest to feed because we don't have to like specially source it. It's just the grocery store. And Toot says, just like humans, they all have different dietary needs and preferences. And we like them more than humans. Even if they are getting up there, they deserve to have good food and be taken care of. Absolutely. Yeah. 3 out of the 5 are now considered seniors, but we are going to give them the absolute best love and care that we can. We adopted Bella actually before we got married, because again, we were trying to go for immigration. So Bella's adoption papers were actually the very first piece of paperwork that had both of our names on it. So we adopted her probably a few months before the wedding. We adopted her before we even had a house to move into. She stayed with the foster family for a few weeks. But yeah. And this is Bella here, who's sleeping behind. This is Belle's. She's a good girl. She's definitely the queen. Definitely the queen. Moon says, hell yes, pets deserve the very, very best ever. And yeah, Toot says they trust us to care for them and it's the very least we can do. Absolutely. They are completely dependent on us. And that was a decision that we made, was to make them completely dependent on us. So the best thing we can do is live up to that. Oh heck, it's 8:30. Why did nobody tell me it's 8:30? We gotta wrap up stream. We got so carried away talking about animals and with our treat eats and our various goodnesses. Well, I just finished that little stretch of stitches I needed to do. Let's just gonna stick this in here. So yeah, that's gonna be it for us this evening. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Let's just put up the ending screen here. Well, for me and Bella and Toot, thank you everybody for joining us. This was a great stream. It just flew by. I can't believe it's 8:30 already. But yeah, thank you everybody for being so patient with us these last couple of weeks. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you Moon and Mac for the resubs. Thank you everyone for your continued support. It means the world to us, honestly. And like we've been talking about, taking care of the animals, pretty much every penny that I make from streaming and doing the videos on YouTube goes right back into their care. It's because of you that we've been able to afford medication for them, treats for them, toys for them, that kind of thing. So we super duper appreciate you guys. Like I always say, the best way that you can support the stream is just by being here. If you really enjoy it here and you tell a friend about it, that's awesome. If you say, hey, you should check out this person, that is one of the best ways to support us. If you want to support us in other ways, Toot has put a bunch of links in both chats. You can check us out on Etsy, on Ko-fi, on Facebook, on Discord, on Ravelry. I have a Ravelry profile. Instagram, everywhere. Don't forget, Tiny Witch Sal starts September 26th. Kit's available. Porter just says, have a great night. You as well. Thank you for all the noodle hearts. Gwen, thank you for the loves, Moon. And yes, thank you everyone for dropping by tonight. So let's just see who we can raid out to. Oh wait, I skipped a step. It's been too long. Okay, so, oh no. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, we're fine. Thank you, Pecan Pie. I'm so glad you could drop in. So what I want us to do now is everybody on Twitch say goodbye to everybody on YouTube. And everybody on YouTube say goodbye to everybody on Twitch. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. YouTube, my friends, I will see you in the live streams. I will see you in the videos. I will see you in the coffee shop. I'll see you in the comments. But most importantly, I will see you in my heart. All right. Goodbye, YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.